everyone. Today we are cooking up something special for you, utilizing all my best kitchen witch knowledge to be able to share with you something that I created a little bit ago and that I was asked to recreate, so I thought let's do a video and let's share with everyone how this is exactly done so that you can all participate and make your own version of what we're doing here today. So about a month ago, I came up with this thing called a transmutation bucket. What is a transmutation bucket? I'm so glad that you guys asked. First of all, let's talk about what it means to transmute. I feel like a lot of us have used this word or heard this word a lot, but really don't understand the deep meaning behind transmuting, transmutation, to transmute. What it is it's taking an energy, either positive or negative, whatever it is, in the form that it comes to you, and you're transmuting it into something different, into something better and higher and more evolved. So we're allowing something to shift and to take a different form or a different frequency, tap into a different frequency. And what it was when it came to you, when you first got involved with this energy, we're taking it and we're making it better. And transmuting energy is really important because say we're in this space where we're surrounded by negativity, or we're presented with something that's really heavy, really negative, and we just don't want to sit with it anymore. We really shouldn't, honestly. For our health and well-being, we should want to transmute everything that comes to us that is not for our highest and best good. So to transmute it really allows you to shift it into a higher vibration, a higher frequency, letting it change and alter itself so that it doesn't remain in this negative low space, and then it can be released back to source in its transmuted form. How do we transmute energies? Well, there's a lot of different ways to do that, and it really is just simply taking the energy that we're presented with and shifting it, giving it the space, using tools that we have available to us in order to shift the frequency, shift the vibration to a higher one. So a transmutation bucket is something that I came up with a few weeks ago that allows you to take your energy or whatever it is that you've absorbed, because we're all sponges, right? We're all going around like on a daily basis, just sucking up, slurping up energy all over the place, negative, positive, and everything in between. And if we don't allow that energy to release, if we don't transmute it and release it, let it go, then it kind of sits with us and becomes stagnant, and it just kind of compounds and stacks and stacks and stacks, and before you know it, we're either in a physical health crisis, an emotional crisis, a spiritual crisis, and it will manifest in ways that can be detrimental to our health and well-being. So we want to be active participants in maintaining our vessel at the best and highest vibration it can be, so that our spirit can be free to be in alignment with direct source energy, so that the vessel isn't competing, carrying all this burden of negative energy around, right? So it's really important to transmute energy that comes to us, that we absorb every day, to make it a daily habit, a daily practice of releasing it in a better form, in a higher version than when it came to us. So I downloaded information on a transmutation bucket, and this is the bucket that I did a few weeks ago. It's a small little one. We're gonna do a bigger one today, but essentially it's a bucket of dirt and you're gonna wanna get a container that's big enough to put your hands in, that you can get your hands in there. You're gonna get soil. You can either get this from the earth itself, a special significant place outdoors that you want to grab dirt from, or you can do like me, and this is store-bought. Store-bought is fine if you can't get organic, fresh, grass-fed soil from the outdoors. And we're going to add a bunch of stuff in here that's going to aid in the energetic shifting and protection of our own energy, so that when we come into contact, and this is what we're going to do, we're going to come into physical contact with this dirt on a daily basis, so that we are releasing everything that is not for us, everything that we've absorbed throughout the day, transmuting it through the soil, giving it back to the earth, so that that energy can then make its way back to source in a higher vibrational form. So today we're actually gonna make something called a transmutation tray. I'm gonna make it bigger because I have a bucket, works great. Every night I stick my hands in it, I release everything, I can feel it leaving my physical body. I feel so much lighter, I sleep so much better. So I thought, why don't I make one for my feet that I can put my feet into, because that's really like when we talk about grounding, we talk about getting barefoot, right? Barefoot to the ground. So why don't we make one that we can put our feet in and our hand to get the full benefits of this energy, of this tool. So I have a tray here, and it's a big tray, and I got myself a nice plastic tub, big plastic tub with a lid, because I have cats and I'm not trying to encourage this to become the new litter box. So if you have pets, it's probably a good idea to get something with a lid so that you can protect your tool and also avoid a lot of frustration. But this is a big enough size, I checked it in the store, that I can fit both my feet into comfortably at once, and then I can also put my hands in. So it's a nice sized tool for me to use, utilize, and get all the benefits of every single day. I have store-bought soil. I live in Korea. I live in kind of a city, a little bit of a little city, and store-bought is really the best option for me to get soil. So again, store-bought is fine, but if there's a special place that you want to go collect some dirt from and use it from there, by all means, please do, right? Magic is full of your intention. So whatever your intentions are, whatever you're drawn to and attracted to, always go with that. And I have a lot of ingredients that we're gonna be mixing into the soil, and I'll go over them one by one. And it's a mixture of fresh ingredients, herbs, and flowers, as well as some elixirs and crystals. All of that goodness is gonna go in there to really turn up the volume on the good vibrations that we're putting into our Transmutation Tray tool. The first thing we wanna do is grab our dirt, and we're going to just empty it into the tray or bucket, whatever it is that you're working with here. You're just gonna wanna dump it all in. Get all that goodness in there. This is what our dirt looks like. It's really nice, really fresh, smells like really great fresh soil. I love the smell of dirt. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but like the smell of dirt gets me. Okay, next up, we're gonna start with our fresh ingredients. And for my fresh ingredients, I have garlic, I have fresh ginger, and I have fresh ginseng root. So I have whole cloves of garlic. This is the ginger. I didn't even bother to peel it because we're not gonna eat it. It's gonna go into the soil. We don't need to like frustrate ourselves with peeling the skin. If you've ever peeled ginger, you know what I'm talking about. And then we also have ginseng root. And if you've never seen what a ginseng looks like, this is it. It's very popular here in Korea. They put ginseng pretty much in everything, skincare products, teas, foods, everything. It goes in everything because of the massive beneficial properties. But these 3 Gs, garlic, ginger, ginseng, are a powerhouse. They pack a power punch of not only medicinal remedy, but magical properties. And so all of these are going into that luscious tray of dirt. Next, we're gonna put some fresh turmeric in there. I guess it's not fresh, it's powdered turmeric, but smells fresh enough for me. And you're just gonna load it in there. Don't be afraid, don't be shy, put some more. You can't have too much turmeric. Turmeric is amazing. Pretty much everything that we're gonna be putting in this bucket is gonna be really potent. It's gonna have a lot of amazing properties for protection, for warding off evil eye, evil spirits, for lending itself to courage, to inspire us, to calm us, to rid ourselves of anxiety. Everything that's going in here is going to play a big role in helping us to transmute lower negative vibrational energies into higher vibrational frequencies for our well-being and for our environment. The next thing we're gonna put in there is basil. This is some chopped basil. And again, I'm just gonna be very generous with it. Basil smells amazing. Actually, this whole tray already smells amazing. Like the dirt already did it for me, guys. Like I love the smell of fresh dirt, but then we added the garlic, the ginger, the ginseng, and now we got the turmeric and the basil, and I mean, it's almost good enough to eat. Don't eat it, but it smells like you're gonna wanna eat it. Next, I'm going to add some Angelica root into this mixture of ours. Angelica Root is actually linked to the Archangel Michael. So really heavy on the protection, on the courage energy, really bringing in that divine, heavenly, warrior-like spirit to ward off evil, to ward off negativity, and again, transmute that shit. I'm also gonna add some Kola Nut to our transmutation tray. Kola Nut helps with enhancing your concentration, clarity, and focus. It helps with bringing you inner peace, and it helps to boost your confidence and boost courage. And they look like these, like little tiny little nuggets of love. And dump a bunch of those in there. We're also gonna add some lemongrass, some beautiful aromatic, mood uplifting, positively charged lemongrass. Looks like this. Little shards of grass, and lemongrass smells heavenly, you guys. I wish that you guys could smell this, but I know you're gonna make your own transmutation trays / buckets, and you'll be in heaven with how it smells. And you guys, you don't have to follow my recipe to the T. This is where you can have a lot of creative energy, a lot of creative freedom, and make your own. Add whatever it is that you feel drawn to, that you feel connected to, or whatever's lying around in your kitchen, and really get creative in here. Look up the properties. Google is available. Go ahead and Google what all of these things mean in the metaphysical world, what they're tied to, and help you figure out what you want in your transmutation tray that's gonna be best for you, that's gonna be in alignment with you, because that's what it's all about. It's very personal. I also want to put some chamomile in here. Chamomile, we know, is soothing, it's peaceful, it's relaxing, it's calming, and that's really what we're gonna need to. We're gonna need a lot of that energy when we're releasing and when we're letting go of things that have stressed us out, that are bringing us down, that are killing the vibe. Chamomile really helps to like woosah all of that out. We're gonna add a little bit of blue lotus for some of that enlightenment energy, as well as tranquility, kind of like a euphoric feeling. Blue lotus is very good for that. Blue lotus is highly revered in a lot of spiritual practices for the properties that it brings metaphysically. It's a very important flower. It elevates you, really bringing you to that enlightenment state. I honestly don't think any transmutation tray is going to be complete without some lavender. We have to have some lavender in there. Lavender is the calming herb, all about bringing in those relaxation, anti-anxiety, peaceful vibes back in, really allowing us to sit back and just, like, lavender is like the Calgon of the metaphysical world, right? Instead of like Calgon, take me away, lavender, take me away. I dare any of you to be in the presence of lavender and not just want to sink back and relax and just take it easy for a minute, because lavender really does automatically shift you. That's why it's in so many products for relaxation. There's so many bath products with lavender in it. There's so many lotions, all to help calm us, all to help bring us down about 10 to 20 notches. Okay guys, don't laugh, but I'm gonna add some black pepper and pink Himalayan salt, and I have it in my little grinder. I'm telling you, like, I just went through my kitchen and I was like, what fits, and this fits. So I'm just gonna grind some black pepper and pink Himalayan salt. Black pepper is highly protective and purifying. Pink Himalayan salt is cleansing as well as protective. So we're gonna have a lot of these. Protection. Protection is the word. Protection energy, all inside our transmutation tray. Because when we're releasing and when we're shifting, when we're transmuting, we are letting go of the energies that we've absorbed. And so when we have energy movement, we want to make sure that we are protected so that we can shift these energies out safely. Because think about this, energy takes up space, right? And so if we have all this energy within us that we've absorbed, that we've collected throughout the day, it's taking up all this space within us. And that's one of the reasons why we want to transmute it. We want to release it. We want to let it go so that we can make this space within ourselves for positive things, for things that actually are going to benefit us. But when we make space what energy wants to do is fill it back up, right? So whenever there's space made, we have to make sure that we are intentional about what we're gonna fill it back up with. Otherwise, energy will just make its way in and move back in, and you can have negative energy come back in. It's the same way if you smudge with sage, you have to be very intentional about it, because sage cleanses and purifies, yes, it removes negative energy. But if you're not intentional of what you're putting back into your space, energy is going to want to just move back in and fill it up. So you have to be intentional about what's going in there versus just allowing anything to come in. So we really do want to create this protective barrier in this practice. That's why there's a lot of protection herbs and ingredients going in here, because when we're releasing, we're moving, we're making space, and we don't want anything just filtering right back in without us having a say in what's gonna take its place. Next, I'm just gonna add some whole bay leaves. I love bay leaves. For magical purposes, bay leaves are incredible. One of my favorite things to do actually is take whole bay leaves, take a Sharpie marker, write my intentions on here or what I'm releasing, and burn it in a candle flame. That's Magic 101, and that's one of my favorite practices that I do pretty regularly. So I want to put whole bay leaves in here. Bay leaves are also highly protective, and they're great for manifesting. So while we're releasing too, while we're letting go of these things, again, we're gonna make space for new things. So we might as well make space for the things that we want, including the things that we are looking to manifest, that we are intentionally calling in. So there's this like nice exchange that we're in control of. So the things going in here are offering protection, they're offering courage, they're offering peace and calm and clarity, but there's a lot of things in here that's also very beneficial for abundance and prosperity and manifesting as well, because we want to have this exchange going really nice in this flow for our highest and best. And then finally, I'm going to add some of my personal elixir that I have created. This was created under the Pisces moon here in Korea just last week. I collected rainwater under the moon. It was the waning gibbous, and this is the perfect moon phase to be under when we want to be in gratitude of something, when we want to be grateful, show how thankful we are. So this little elixir that I created, I call it my gratitude adjustment, and I think it's going to be perfect to go in here because this really is going to be a gratitude adjustment practice that we come to when we are in an exchange with our transmutation tray. Releasing the old, releasing the stagnant, releasing the yuck, and bringing in what we're grateful for, the good stuff. Adjusting our gratitude. Okay guys, it's looking really good in here. I'm telling you, like, it looks good enough to eat, but we're not gonna eat it. So I just want to get in here and I want to mix it all up. Gonna mix it all up, get all of that in there, all of your ingredients. Put it all together. Oh, it smells divine. So good. Warning, making a transmutation tray may make you hungry. Just saying. Okay, next, and this is optional. I'm gonna be adding some rocks. I've got some rocks and some pebbles in here that I soaked in moon water for release. I actually collected some lunar eclipse moon water, which I normally don't do. It's a malefic transit. However, I was told very clearly by Spirit that I needed to collect this moon water, and now I know why, because I washed these rocks in it, and it is for ultimate release. It was under the lunar eclipse in Capricorn that we had just a couple of weeks ago, to really release and to really let go, but also understand our responsibilities as they are intended for us to learn and grow through. So they were washed in this water, so they have some of the energies and properties of it. And I'm just gonna put a couple of these inside this tray. Make sure that those are all nice and even. And then last but not least, I'm gonna add some crystals in, because why not? I add crystals to everything. In my transmutation bucket, I have a smoky quartz and a clear quartz. And in my tray, I'm gonna add this beautiful amber piece for grounding and for protection and connection to the earth itself, connection to Gaia. Amber is amazing for that. And I'm also gonna add, this is a beautiful hematite included quartz. red hematite included, red iron included quartz. I love this piece. She's so pretty. She doesn't get used very often, and when I went to go to my crystals and asked who wanted to jump in, she was one of the first. So she's gonna be a really nice addition to this tray. And there you have it. This is our transmutation tray. She's so pretty. She's ready to be used. Super simple, super easy, and really personal. You guys can add whatever it is that you want in here. Again, look up the properties of the ingredients you have lying around the house or things that you come up with. Cinnamon, clove, those are also really great to add. I just didn't happen to have any, and I wanted to get this video out. Also, I really just do think it's perfect the way that it is for me. I think everything that in here is perfectly aligned with me. A lot of the things I put in here actually have correlations to Mars and fire energy, and being an Aries sun, that's a perfect alignment for me and my personal placements. So I'm really happy. I'm really happy with the way that this turned out. I'm super excited to use it, and I'm super excited to have shared this with you. I'm really stoked on all of you guys creating your own transmutation trays, transmutation buckets, whatever form it takes. I really want you guys to take ownership of this, utilize this as a tool every day. I'm telling you, every day I go to my bucket and I put my hands in, I feel a million times better. It's become such an important piece of my daily ritual practice that I can't even imagine not having it. I can't even imagine life before I had this, and that was just last month. It's really powerful, and I highly recommend that all of you create your own, test it out, play with it, see how you like it, see how you feel, because I guarantee it's going to allow you to shift in ways that you didn't even know that you could, or you didn't even know that was available to you. Honestly, one of my most favorite things I've added to my altar in a long time. And that's it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know, leave comments, and shoot me messages with your own tray/bucket. I want to see them. Let me know what you did, how you did it, and how you love it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you around. Bye.